According to Bill Gates, you only need these invasive electronic tattoos. And he is actually touting them to be a far more subtle alternative to today's mobile devices. But here is the truth about what is actually signifying. Think again, and think again deep.
The Bible said is going to happen is happening. That should make you just really walk with the fear of the Lord. That should make you be like, man, I can't be playing around with the things of God. And so think about this. If they were to do away with phones, right? Everybody's already, we've talked about this so many times. You take your debit card, right? You swipe it, then they put the chip, right? And so they're kind of warming you up. Then they started making you tap the card. Then they started making you tap the phone. And remember, we've been saying this for years. Eventually, they're going to put the phone inside of you some type of way. And now they're talking about a tattoo. And the crazy thing is that with the click of a button, they can...
So, with a click of a button, they can actually just stop that service from operating. Should tell you that. So you might be wondering, what exactly are electronic tattoos? Because Bill Gates is a bit hideous when it comes to his electronic tattoos. Well, think of them as temporary skin applications. Temporary is in the sense of COVID temporary, that use smart ink that is filled with nanocapacitors. And of course, these tattoos can communicate with surrounding devices, letting you do things like send messages, browse the web, or even unlock doors, all with a simple swipe or a gesture. And this is something that we might say beyond communication. Well, what is beyond communication in this case? Well, these tattoos could also monitor vital signs like your heart rate, body temperature, and even detect potential health issues before they become serious.
Well, at the White House, CEOs of some of the nation's biggest tech companies sat down for a dinner with President Trump. And at the table, 33 people in total, including Tim Cook, Sam Altman, Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg, just to name a few. Here's some of what the president had to say as the night began.
I just want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank the media. They've been very nice lately, although I'm still here. So we have to... They made a couple of bad predictions. That was not good. I've never had that feeling before. I went to an event and people are coming up to me and saying, "You're still here." I said, "What do they mean by that? I didn't hear about this." But anyway, I do. The press has been great in terms of this industry, and they understand the importance of it. This is taking our country to a new level. We're leading the world. We're leading China, but we're leading the world by a lot, and we're leading it because of the people around the table. And all I can do is implement and make it a lot easier for you, and I'll be doing that 100%.
The biggest tech names will be here at the White House for that event in the newly renovated Rose Garden. Now, that iconic space, of course, on the south side of the White House, just on the other side of where I'm standing now, it looks entirely different after these major renovations that happened there. Now, it was this once green expanse. Now it's paved over, and we see patio tables, chairs, as well as those umbrellas out there in the newly renovated Rose Garden. So that's where these business and tech leaders will be later this evening, including Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, Apple CEO Tim Cook, Microsoft founder Bill Gates, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, Google CEO Sundar Pichai, and Oracle CEO as well going to be there. A long list of names, but one of those that is missing from that list is Elon Musk. Of course, we saw that quick rise, quick fall out of President Trump's graces, all of that playing out here at the White House. Musk says he did receive an invite, but he's sending a representative instead. That was in a post on X. Now, I'm told by a source that tonight's event in the newly renovated Rose Garden, it's going to look similar to what you might see at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in South Florida. So this is going to be something to watch because it's the first one in the Rose Garden since it's been renovated. Nicole?
Yeah, and no Elon Musk. Very interesting. All right.
And a big day and night for tech in Washington, D.C. Some of the Bay Area's wealthiest and most powerful techies traveling to the White House to talk AI. Here's our business and tech reporter, Scott Budman.
Yeah, as we speak, the White House is preparing to host a dinner featuring several high-profile CEOs, among them Sam Altman of OpenAI, Mark Zuckerberg of Meta, and Apple CEO Tim Cook. The topic? Technology, which was also on the agenda earlier today when First Lady Melania Trump hosted some Silicon Valley dignitaries to the White House to talk AI. AI, which the First Lady says will lead the country forward.
And I won't be surprised if AI becomes known as the greatest engine of progress in the history of the United States of America.
And Melania Trump invited some of AI's biggest Silicon Valley boosters.
This is all in the service of helping the next generation to solve problems, fuel innovation, and build an incredible future.
Including Google CEO Sundar Pichai making his pitch for AI in schools as well as business.
We really imagine a future where every student, regardless of their background or location, can learn anything in the world in a way that works best for them.
At a time when the Trump administration is literally investing in Silicon Valley businesses, it's turning to its AI czar, a longtime Silicon Valley investor, for advice.
There is a lot of fear out there. Some people think that AI is going to take all of our jobs. I really don't think that's going to happen. I think AI is going to unleash a productivity boom like we've never seen. It's going to make all of us more productive.
Whatever happens with AI, it's being watched from the White House.
So this was years ago. Let's look at what is actually happening. This is 2025. So in a bold prediction that's making waves across the tech world, the very same guy who has always been behind such kind of technology, I mean the Microsoft founder Bill Gates, has suggested that smartphones could soon be obsolete, replaced by an entirely new kind of technology. So forget everything you know about handheld devices. Gates envisions a future where electronic tattoos become the new norm. So Gates is determined to kill off the smartphone and replace it with something far more invasive, the electronic tattoos, electronic tats, which is a technology designed to merge with your body. The question is, why and how does it work? Of course, the answer is as vague as what you actually saw there. But let me actually take you back to when they were envisioning it again. And in this case, this is when they were willing to actually tell the truth. Remember when they said you could eventually call using your palm or your brain? I mean, this time.
The task was instant communication. The creation was imperfect. It had function but was lacking form. The solution will always be a challenge. Yet now it finally comes to fruition. Introducing total integration. Be safe, secure, connected. With the Nomoto E36 epidural implant, you have instant access to everyone you care about. Plus, you can record your history as you make it. Featuring Electro-N technology and organic storage, the Nomoto E36 is the best iteration of a good idea. GPS-X and Webtooth enabled.
So as you can see, there is nothing new under the sun. They always had this kind of idea. So Gates is the one that is quite interesting because in 2025 there's something else that is a little bit like a leap. So Gates points to electronic tattoos that are developed by Chaotic Moon, and they are later acquired by a company known as Accenture, which is a World Economic Forum darling. And this is something that is touting as the next big leak in personal technology. So instead of holding a phone in our hands, these tattoos could allow us to communicate, to access the internet, or even monitor your health, all without a screen inside. So you don't have to touch anything. Well, what's the key advantage? According to Bill Gates, these tattoos are integrated into the body. Imagine have a device embedded in your skin that lets you interact with the world through simple gestures or touch. This is how it's being sold. And they're also saying it's going to be sleek, unobtrusive, and possibly more intuitive than anything we've seen so far. Well, the tattoos are powered by tiny nanocapacitators. Nanoparticles is what you're supposed to remember. And of course, they don't require bulky batteries or displays. So forget about your lithium battery. Forget about changing your battery.